You know what I love? I love when people on TikTok hold the lav mic just like this and they pretend they're some BBC reporter or something. They're like, guys, these are 5 tips you should know. Number one is put that mic on your shirt or something. Anyway, my problem today is that the room is still pretty much empty, so there's an amazing echo going on. I'm also pretty sick and my right eye is red, but you should see the other guys. So if you last for more than 30 seconds, you're the real MVP. That's what she said. Come on, I had to. So, because of the way I look and sound, today's video is gonna be a bit shorter, but to the point. If last week you saw me take some amazing pictures with the Tamron 28-75 2.8, today we're talking about the Tamron 17-28 2.8. Yes, this came out 3 years ago, but it's still such a relevant lens in 2022, or 3 or 4 or 5. Now, before I switch lenses, so you see how it looks, I want to talk about the actual build. Let's start from the fact that this is a budget lens, okay? So they focused on the performance of it rather than the outside build. So yes, it feels a bit plasticky. Okay, I don't want to give you a bad impression. It doesn't feel like a toy in your hand, like super cheap. It's just, if you compare it with, high-end lenses, then this feels a bit lighter and not as solid built as the other ones. But I do know my gimbal will thank me for using this. So the build is pretty decent, and to be honest, I didn't expect the zooming and focus ring to be this smooth. They're quite okay if you ask me. One of my favorite things about this lens is that it does not zoom outwards like my 28-75 does. Everything happens inside the lens. So when I use the 28-75 on my gimbal, if I change focal distance, I gotta calibrate it and balance it again. And of course, one of the other things I like about the lens is that it's a wide lens. I have very specific purposes for this lens. It goes all the way to 17. So let me switch to show you what I'm talking about. What? Nothing happened? Well, that's because I'm still at the same focal length I was with this one at 28. So let's go all the way to 17. Whoa! Holy, now you can see everything. Now you can see all the mess behind me. You can even see part of my desk and this light that is bouncing up the ceiling back to me. So I think on the long run, this is my main lens I'm gonna use here in the studio as a talking head. But I guess you can imagine by now, it's an amazing lens to use for vlogging. What I like about this kind of view is that it actually makes the room look a lot bigger than it is. So when I'm done decorating, I think this is gonna look pretty cool. That's pretty much what a lot of people do here on YouTube. They use a wide lens so that the room they are in looks a lot bigger than it is. So if you're watching this video because you're planning to buy this lens, I'm telling you right off the bat, there are 2 small compromises you will have to make. First of all, as I mentioned, the build quality is not one of the G Master lenses out there, but you can probably see that in the price tag as well. One other thing you'll have to live without is the automatic to manual focus button you usually have on the more expensive lenses. Sorry, you'll have to change focus settings in camera. So yeah, that's a little bit of a bummer because I also kind of got used to it from my Sigma lens. I don't know why Tamron decided to switch these 2 rings around. Maybe because they want to differentiate from other brands, but when I switch from my Sigma lens, my muscle memory messes with me because I'm trying to focus and I end up zooming. Now, that's not a problem. I think it's just a thing to get used with. And no, none of these lenses have IBIS, but personally, I don't miss it because my Sony has internal stabilization. Those are the only bad things, if you may, that I can think of. The rest is just amazing because it's a wide lens, it's a 2.8, and it's the range that I was missing. Now I can film here in the studio, so you can think I live in a castle, and I can vlog without having to hold my hand like this. You gotta believe me when I tell you that the image quality is comparable with the more expensive lenses, and the autofocus on my Sony A7S III does not disappoint. In fact, I'll walk slowly to you and you'll see. Amazing. But as I always say, this comes down to your needs. I'm sure there's people out there that have more experience than me,
no way,
or have bigger, more complex projects, and even though they might use a Sony A7S III, they're not going to use this lens because, from my own research, apparently it's not the best lens to focus pull with, you know, those focus motors you attach to the lens. So yeah, of course, everyone should think about their needs and see what the lens can do for you. So listen to this if you want my conclusion. If you promise you're not gonna drop your lens because it's not made of stainless steel, if you can live without the auto to manual focus button on the side, and if you don't mind it does not have IBIS, then this lens is for you. And again, if you're planning to buy this lens, I strongly suggest you watch other videos here on YouTube of people that have this lens for a while, have taken it outside, taken pictures and videos with it. Today, I just wanted to have a more free talk about it and, let's say, an unscripted opinion. I have this lens for 2 days, so that's all I can say for now. But if you keep watching this channel, you're gonna see the 17-28 and the 28-75 in action most of the time. And I promise, I'll show you they don't deserve the budget lens label they get. So with that said, I hope this video was helpful, especially for the ones that buy the lens. Maybe it was a better starting point or a better reference point of what to look at. And I hope you'll subscribe to the channel and like this video. And again, sorry for my voice, my eye, and the echo in the room. I'm doing the best with what I have at the moment. Yeah, I hope you stick around. Ciao. Whoa, look how big my hands look. Come to me.